There's a reason the Stoics didn't preach about changing the world. They focused on changing themselves. In a world obsessed with control, pleasure, and validation, the Stoics pursued clarity, discipline, and peace. They didn't ask for comfort. They prepared for chaos. They didn't chase what they couldn't keep. They detached from what they couldn't control. This wasn't philosophy for bookshelves. It was philosophy for war, for plague, for betrayal, for loss. And at the center of their mental discipline were 3 moves. Simple to hear, hard to live. Accept, endure, let go. This is your blueprint, not for escaping life, but for mastering it. 1. Accept. See things as they are. If you are pained by any external thing, it is not this thing that disturbs you, but your own judgment about it. Marcus Aurelius. Let's begin with the first Stoic move, acceptance. It might sound soft, like giving up, but to the Stoics, acceptance wasn't weakness. It was sight, it was clarity, it was power. Acceptance is the ability to look reality in the face and say, "This is what it is. Now what will I do with it?" When you lose something you love, do you spend years grieving what's already gone? Or do you acknowledge the pain and still move forward? You endure, train in the fire. We must undergo a hard winter training and not rush into things for which we haven't prepared. Epictetus. The second Stoic move is endure, and this one separates the talkers from the doers. Anyone can sound wise when things are easy. Anyone can preach calm when life is going well. But what happens when the pressure comes? When you're insulted, betrayed, tired, misunderstood, or broken? That's when endurance begins. The Stoics trained their minds like warriors trained for war, because life is war, not with others, but with your own ego, emotions, and urges. Seneca said, "It is not that we are given a short life, but that we waste much of it." He believed that pain, discipline, and hardship weren't enemies. They were tools. Tools that shape you. Tools that make you unshakable. When you endure discomfort without complaint, you win something far greater than pleasure. You win power over yourself. You build a mind that doesn't panic, a body that doesn't fold, a soul that doesn't flinch. This isn't about being numb, it's about being ready. A Stoic endures criticism without reacting. He endures repetition without boredom. He endures rejection without collapse, because he's trained for it. Epictetus, born a slave, walked with a twisted leg for life, but he trained himself to see suffering as a teacher. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Modern society runs from pain. It medicates every discomfort. It avoids silence, hardship, and stillness. But the Stoic, he leans into it. He turns pain into practice. He sees every hardship as a form of weightlifting, building invisible muscles. So the next time something hurts, don't just escape it, endure it, observe it, learn from it. Because what you endure today becomes the strength you carry tomorrow. Let go. The art of emotional detachment. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. Epictetus. The final move is the most misunderstood. Let go. Not because it's easy, but because it's essential. Most people suffer not from reality, but from their attachments. They cling to who hurt them. They cling to what didn't happen. They cling to who they used to be. But to the Stoics, clinging was a trap. It tied your peace to things outside your control, to people, outcomes, or emotions. To let go is not to stop caring. It's to stop being controlled by what you care about. Letting go doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you love freely without owning. Letting go doesn't mean you stop trying. It means you try without obsession. A Stoic gives his best to the moment and releases the rest. Seneca said, "He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary." How many times have you suffered because you couldn't let go of a conversation that already ended? A mistake that's already been made? A person who's already gone? You think you're being strong by holding on, but real strength is knowing when to release. Let go of the need to be understood. Let go of the fantasy of a perfect life. Let go of the illusion that you can control how people feel about you. Because freedom begins where attachment ends. That's what the Stoics knew. They stripped life down to what matters: virtue, reason, peace. Everything else was optional. Final messages: the Stoic way forward. Let's go back to the beginning. Accept, endure, let go. These aren't just wise words. They are weapons, forged in silence, tested in pain, and carried by the few who seek mastery over self. They are the opposite of what the world teaches. The world says, fight everything. The Stoic says, accept what you can't change. The world says, chase comfort. The Stoic says, endure what makes you stronger. The world says, hold on to everything. The Stoic says, let go of what controls you. In your life, you'll face storms: mental, emotional, spiritual. You'll be wronged, misunderstood, let down. But if you can make these three moves, not once, but daily, you'll be something rare. Still in chaos, calm in conflict, free in bondage. You'll be stoic. And more importantly, you'll be ready. Now go and move forward with strength. If this video spoke to you, like the video, subscribe for more, and remember, the world may never be calm, but you can be.